Hi, I'm Mike Massimino. For the past few shuttle flights, we've taken you behind the scenes to meet the crews as they train for their flights and the people around the country who make those missions fly. But there's a lot of footage that we haven't shown you yet, so we'd like to take you back to some of our recent flights and introduce you to more of the people who do everything at NASA. We hope you enjoy this episode of NASA Behind the Scenes. Mike, what's going on?
Oh, his is bigger. Nice shirt.
What are you doing? I am talking to your training team because you guys are so busy.
We're very busy. I'm about to work out.
You are? Where you go? Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got a minute then. What's the story with these pink shirts today?
These are the Team Scorch shirts that our training team came up with. Pretty nice, huh?
They're very, very nice.
Pink is the new black. At least that's what Leland told me.
That's what Leland told you?
Yeah.
Who's this?
He did.
Hey, wait a minute, I didn't know there was going to be cameras here.
That's not what happened to your pig, is it?
You know, no, this is all store-bought. In fact, there's no free-range organic pork today because I ran out of time. Otherwise, there would have been.
All right. So what's in now? You guys are here. You're camping out here more or less for a day and a half.
Yeah,
I mean, you get
pretty
to go
much.
home and sleep, right? Eventually.
Yeah, but you got to eat.
But you got to eat. So
And if you're going to eat, you may as well eat good.
you might as well eat good. That's right. And what do we got? What is that?
We got South Carolina pulled pork.
Oh my gosh! And what's in the other? What's in there? Is that?
More South Carolina pulled pork.
Oh my goodness!
What's in the ice chest?
How many
More
guys-
pulled pork.
Really?
We'll be here a while. Yeah, we got about 120 pounds of meat here.
This is
How many
not
people
on
are
the
you
NASA
expecting?
budget. We bought this
right. There's not.
ourselves.
That's
This
right.
is not in the NASA budget.
Yeah. Taxpayers are not paying for this
Instructors
food.
have bought this by themselves.
My goodness. Man alive. All right. So
And so we're doing, now, even
we've
though
come a
Butch is
long
in
way
town,
from donuts.
Even though Butch is in town,
Yeah.
we're doing this today. See, we
Butch
normally do
is-
this when Butch is out of town,
Why?
just to mess with him.
All right.
Our
All right.
venerable commander, Scorch,
Right.
and there's a story behind it.
Which is
Yeah, if I knew, no idea.
behind.
Behind the name, the call sign, the shirt, everything. And,
Now I know the story behind the call sign.
Oh, do you?
I do, and I'm not going to tell anybody.
oh, okay. Well,
No, I was
don't
with
know.
Scorch. We went out to Yuma. When we first started flying T-38.
Yeah,
Scorch had a weekend thing.
yeah.
What's the matter? You want to grab the thing?
Well, while you're
Oh,
talking.
no. All right.
Okay, he had a weekend thing.
He had a weekend thing. He had a weekend. He had a weekend event in Yuma, Arizona.
Yeah.
Some kind of Marine Corps base out there.
Understood.
Right? What's the name? You probably know. You're
Marine Corps Air Station, Yuma.
That's it. Okay. So I first started. You know, we had only here a couple weeks, and he goes, "Hey, Max, why don't you come out with me? We're going to go out and get some flying time. We'll stay over at the Marine Corps Air Station. We fly back. We get a bunch of hours. Perfect."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, sure. We'll go and do that." So we went out there. We met some of his guys, and I heard the story of how he got his call sign.
Oh.
But as he walks in the room, he knows I will never tell anyone.
Never tell
And
anyone.
I never have told anyone. And
That's
no one
good.
will find out. But you know what I enjoy doing, Scorch? I enjoy telling people that I know the story, but I will never tell, ever. Everyone has a kind of inspirational story, right? And I think it's important for people to know, especially the kids to know,
Right.
that not everything is always fine and dandy, even if you're an astronaut.
That's right.
There's a lot of adversity you put up with, and the
That's
stuff
right.
that you learn, the lessons you learn as a youngster, are the things that will help you as you get older.
That's right.
That's the whole idea. So
True.
you would tell me something. Now this is your birthday, and you tell me a story about when you were a kid. How old
Yeah.
were you when this happened?
This was in high school.
In high school,
Yeah,
okay.
high school. I was a big baseball, loved baseball,
I know
played
you-
baseball.
yeah.
You and I, same thing.
Baseball's great.
So we tried out for the high school baseball team. It's
Right.
February. And go through a few weeks of tryouts and
Right.
playing. It's in Maryland. It's cold at Oakland Mills High School there in Columbia, Maryland. And so finally the big day comes and the coach posts a list on the wall and all the boys run out. We're all looking at it and I'm like, hey, there's no Virts on here. What's wrong? The coach must have missed something. So I didn't make the baseball team, but he said that he would let you, if you didn't make the team, he would still let you come out and practice with the team.
That's
And
good.
if you worked hard, he'd kind of let you, be there with the team. So
Right.
Jerome Jefferson was our coach, and I appreciated that a lot. I stuck around with the team. This was my freshman year, and I didn't get a lot of playing time, but at least I got to practice. And then the following year I came out, just got some playing time, and went on, played varsity baseball in high school. So
Right.
it was very good of the coach to say, hey, even if you didn't make the team, you can still hang out, you can still work hard, and then it worked out for me. Later on, I got to play.
Yes, I love those stories because it's really twofold. One is for those folks in a position as a teacher or a coach or a mentor or
Right.
whatever, giving people a chance based on desire
Oh yeah.
is important.
Yep. And
That's one
if
side
someone's
of
willing
it.
to work, if someone really wants to do it, I think the coaches would rather have a kid like that, than
Right.
somebody who maybe has some talent but doesn't care and doesn't work hard. So
Right.
yeah, that was really good of the coach. And and then like I said, I played a few more years. I played
Yeah.
on the varsity team. Now I coach Little League baseball, so
Right.
it worked out really good.
But the other part of it is you took the opportunity and didn't, a lot of times it's easier just to quit. Sometimes
Right.
the easy thing to do, even though you love baseball, is to quit. But you have to be true to your passion.
Right. You got to
And-
stick with it.
And stick with it. And it's
Yeah.
something maybe a little embarrassing.
Right.
Everyone else made it but me, but I'm still
Right.
hanging around.
Well,
but you
our
did
office is full of guys like that.
Yeah,
Guys
yeah.
who had to apply 4 and 5 times, and it took them
Right.
10 years to get to be astronauts. Yeah.
it. Right. So that's what I'm going to say is that throughout your career, you went, for that experience in baseball and other things, I'm sure you applied that to other obstacles you faced, right?
Yeah. Just because it doesn't work out the first time doesn't mean it's never going to work
Right.
out.
And the same thing happens, I'm sure for you in your career, flying, astronaut officer. I mean, did you get picked? Maybe you're one of those guys who got picked the first time you applied?
The first time I applied to be an astronaut, I got
got
was
selected.
lucky. I'd rather be lucky than good.
Right, that's good.
But I got picked. But
But that doesn't happen to a lot.
But
It didn't
still,
happen to
I
me.
mean,
It took me 4 tries.
A lot of it. Everybody in my class had to wait 8, 9,
Right.
10 years to fly. Everybody in the class before us had to wait
Right.
8 or 9 years to fly. So
Right.
a bunch of us have had to wait a long time to fly.
Yeah, that's true. This is your first flight, but
This is
you've
my
been an
first flight.
astronaut since
Been here 9 years.
2000,
Yeah.
right? So you go on a 9.5 when you fly.
Yeah, or more. Yeah.
So that determination stuff that you learn as a youngster stays with you
You got to stick
for everything you
stick
do.
with it.
All right, man. Here we have Stephanie Turner. Stephanie, your official title is training manager, right? Which means that you are in charge of scheduling every training event, right?
Yes.
And you did it for the crew I was on, STS 125, your favorite crew, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And you're doing it now for this STS 129, or as we've come to know them now since their cake cutting ceremony, Team Scorch.
Yes.
Apparently is okay. So you're doing it for these guys. You've done it for how many crews now have you? have you
129
scheduled?
is my third, and
All
I'm
right.
also assigned to 134, who will fly next year, and they're
All
my
right.
fourth.
Okay, so you've had this. You've already had 2 crews that you've gotten through training.
I've seen 2 crews launch as
2
training
crews,
manager.
okay, and now you're working with 120 with Scorch and these guys, and then you're going to go to 134. So some of the typical things you schedule are like what? Give us some examples, like of training events, like real training events that you schedule.
I schedule everything in Building 5, which is where we are now. It's the shuttle simulators. We do ascent entry training in here, and orbit in the motion base and the fixed base simulators, and across the street we have another one. Everything in Building 9, that's all the mock-up training, which we do some shuttle mock-ups over there that's more of like crew habitability instead of like the actual computer system type of software training we do over here. And also the ISS mock-ups for this crew, which we didn't have for your crew. We did some of the Hubble mock-ups over in Building 9,
Right.
but we never got to see the space station side.
We didn't go to the
That's
space station.
right. And so, which is awful challenging in the scheduling world because we have so many expedition crew members
Right.
in training, and it's difficult for the shuttle sometimes to
Yeah.
get in. And it's a lot of coordination. We have a priority list. You know, there's an etiquette in who you can bump out of
Oh.
where. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of, it's interesting. I scheduled that. Also in the STA aircraft, I schedule flights out at Ellington. Just about anywhere the crew trains. VR lab, all that kind of places.
Virtual reality lab. So you
I
handle
schedule-
every aspect of the training, from the launching into space to the landing back on Earth,
That's right.
to what they're going to do on the shuttle, to what they're going to do on the space station, to all the spacewalks. You got to handle everything. Now, what else? We got anything else going on with these guys that's kind of interesting?
Let's see.
What
Well,
else do they got?
One thing that was really neat, that we did earlier this year, that Butch Barry Wilmore put together,
Mm-hmm.
was a couple of the crew members went out and met some of the troops on an aircraft carrier.
Oh, that's cool.
It was really neat. It was challenging because the carrier was changing locations
Right.
in their operations, and although they were off of our East Coast,
Mm-hmm.
but we had to coordinate when we could let them go in our
Mm-hmm.
training, and then where the carrier was for them to be able to get out there,
Right.
get on the carrier, do their thing, and then get back in time. You know, start training again on
Right.
Monday morning. And the crew, for the most part, they did most of it on their own time, which I think is interesting. You know,
Yeah.
because it is like you said, all of our training, it is hard. You know,
Yeah.
at home, but there's some things that they're just so worthwhile
Yeah.
to go ahead and do. And these guys decided that's what they were going to do on their own time.
Yeah.
And I know it was really appreciated.